What if the smallest amount of money you spend today is the exact thing deciding who you'll be in 40 years? It's 7:15 at night, and you're standing in line at a gas station with a $5 bill folded in your palm, a cold drink in the other hand, a lottery scratcher sitting on the counter, right where the cashier always puts it, right where your eyes always land. You don't think about it. You never do.
$5 is the amount you don't have to think about. You scratch it off in your car under the dome light. Nothing. You knew it would be nothing before you even started. You toss it on the floor mat with the other ones from this month, finish your drink, and drive home. By morning, you won't remember this happened. That's what $5 is for. It's small enough to disappear without a trace.
Now hold on to that $5, because this is a story about that same $5 every single night for 40 years, and about the two completely different people it turns you into. You're 23. It's the next night. Same gas station, same register. This time you walk past the drink case. You skip the counter display. You get back in your car with empty hands, open an app on your phone, and move $5 into a total market index fund.
One tap. No research, no opinion, no excitement. The balance on the screen says $5. It looks like nothing. It looks like a joke, honestly. There's no rush, no jackpot, no number to scratch off and hope for. Just $5 sitting inside something that owns a tiny piece of nearly every major company in the country. You do it again the next night, and the next. Eventually, you set it up to happen automatically. About $150 a month quietly leaves your account before you can spend it on anything with a wrapper or a receipt. That was always the trick about the $5. It was leaving either way. You just decided where it went. You're 24 now, a year in. The account shows $1,900. You put in about $1,800 of it yourself. The rest showed up while you were asleep, distracted, living your life.
That's when Marcus, the guy 2 desks over, finds out. He asks how the stock thing is going. You tell him the number. He laughs. Not meanly, just honestly. And says he spends that much some weekends. He's not wrong. Between the drinks, the delivery apps, and the scratcher he grabs when the jackpot's big on the news, he's putting out about the same $5 a day. He just can't tell you where any of it went.
You don't argue. You close the app and go back to your night. Quick, honest question. If someone did the math on your last 5 days of $5 purchases, could you even name what you bought? You're 28, 5 years in, $11,000, built almost entirely out of things you didn't buy. Marcus finds you again, this time with a screenshot. Some coin he found online, up huge in a week. He tells you your boring fund makes in a year what his coin makes before breakfast. He's right about the speed. He's wrong about the direction. You've seen this shape before, on a counter, under a coin, scratched raw in a parking lot. You tell him you'll pass. 3 months later, he's stopped bringing it up. You're 33, 10 years in. You've put in $18,000 of your own money, and the market has added nearly $10,000 more. Just for you not flinching? Then it turns. Headlines start using the word crash. Your balance drops by 1/3 in a few weeks, more than you made all year at your job, at least on paper. Marcus sold everything near the bottom and tells you he saw it coming, that he's safe in cash now. You don't sell. You barely open the app. The automatic deposit keeps going out anyway, buying the same fund while it's cheaper.
You're not being brave. You're just bored enough to do nothing. And it turns out doing nothing is the rarest skill in personal finance. You're 38, 15 years in. The market's come back the way it usually does, and the balance reads $53,000. You've put in 27 of it. For the first time, the account holds more than you ever fed it. That's the moment the whole thing quietly changes shape. You'd spent 15 years pushing the number uphill by hand. And from here, it starts pulling itself. You're 43, 20 years in, $90,000, 36 of it yours. Marcus gets laid off that spring. Nothing behind him,
Nothing between him and a missed paycheck but the next paycheck. You have a number you've never touched, sitting quietly in the background. You buy him lunch and don't mention it.
Here's the part worth sitting with. If your income disappeared tomorrow, would 40 years of $5 decisions be standing behind you? Or would there be nothing there at all? You're 48, 25 years in, $140,000, 45 of it yours. The news runs the same story it always runs. Nobody your age has savings. Retirement slipping away from ordinary people. You are an ordinary person.
Same job, same rent, same traffic as everyone in that headline. The only thing you did differently was skip one drink and one scratcher a night for 25 years. You're 53, 30 years in, 220,000, 55 of it yours. The rest was never yours to earn. It was time's. You just gave it room to work. You're 63 now, 40 years from the night you skipped the scratcher.
The balance is around $530,000. Break that number down, because it's the whole story in two pieces. What you actually put in, $5 a night for 4 decades, comes to about $73,000. The other $450-some thousand is growth. Money you never worked an hour for, never watched arrive, never felt leave. You didn't pick a winning stock. You didn't time anything. You skipped one small purchase 40,000 times in a row and let the most boring amount of money sit in the most boring place on earth for the longest possible time. Marcus retires the same year you do. Same job, same salary, his whole career. He spent his $5 a day on things he enjoyed in the moment and can't name anymore. Over 40 years, his version of the $5 also added up to $73,000. Same exact money. He drank it, scratched it, spent it. You stood at the same counter on the same nights holding the same $5 bill he was holding. He has a pension and a lifetime of small moments. You have those same small moments, mostly, and also $500,000 standing behind your life like a second income that's been working the whole time, quietly, whether you noticed or not. There was never one day your path split. There were just 2 answers to the same small question, asked again every night, until the answers stopped being choices and became 2 different lives. Right now, somewhere, it's 7:15 in the evening, and someone is standing at a gas station counter with a $5 bill in their hand. They're not doing anything wrong. $5 is nothing.
That's always been the trap and the door at the same time. It's too small to matter, which is exactly why almost nobody keeps it, and exactly why it quietly decides everything for the few who do. You were never going to feel that $5 either way. The only thing you ever got to choose was what it was turning you into. If you made it this far, follow for more, and tell me what your scratcher is.